your businesses are run just like NFL teams or MLB teams, whatever. I was talking to Kathryn, my sister, who's a GM there, and I said, look, like at different stages of business ownership, you're doing different things. At the early stages, you are the quarterback, the running back, the receiver, everything. Then you get to the point where your business is bigger and you're the quarterback. Then you get to the business that get even a little bigger, and then you're the coach. And then when your business gets bigger, if you keep growing with it, you could be the owner that's working with the coach, that's working with the QB. And even in there's managers. So you got the coach, the manager that hires people, and then above that's the owner. So, I mean, there's different stages, and you have to make sure that you're fulfilling your role at each stage. Now, it's critical to look at NFL teams the other way, which is like, look, does Jerry Jones owning the Cowboys ever run down and start making decisions on the side of the field and calling plays? Well, no. Why? Because he respects the position of the coach. And it's the coach's job to make those decisions. And so a lot of times as owners, they don't want to play their position, which is if you are truly an owner and you're a big enough company that you've got a coach below you and a quarterback below that and receivers below that, you don't get mad and flip out and run out on the field and start calling plays yourself and even start trying to be the quarterback and throwing the football. What happens is your coach will quit, everyone will quit, no one likes that. If you don't like that person, you've given that GM every opportunity to get better, you don't go in and start making the calls for them, you terminate that GM. You either put them on a performance improvement plan and hope they get better. If they don't get better, you terminate the GM, get a new GM. You don't go and start doing the GM's job for them. You respect the position. And I think a lot of business owners miss that. When I'm acquiring a company, I have someone go in and do the interviewing. In the Vegas location, it was critical because we had a bunch of people. We had 3 companies all at once, and I had a team come from California start interviewing them all. And my team from California knew what I was looking for, everything else, and they gave me a list of here's who we think we should stay, here's who we think should go. And we executed on that. And in that case, again, it's me playing the position of the owner and not trying to be the general manager and the hiring manager and everything all at the same time and not overstepping my bounds. Let the hiring managers be hiring managers. And people say, oh, Tom's a hands-off owner. I'm not hands-off. I talk to the GMs on a regular basis. I'm coaching the GMs. But I've got to realize I'm coaching the GMs. I'm not there trying to be the GM. You don't step on their toes. You let them be a GM. It helps them feel like they have ownership. It helps them feel like they have autonomy. It helps them operate in their position. It helps them take personal responsibility for their actions. If you're constantly going in there and making decisions, if you're the owner and you're making decisions for the GM, or if you're owner GM and you're making decisions for your service manager, that service manager is not going to feel accountability there because they're going to say, well, you said X, Y, Z, and then you get this finger-pointing game going on. No, you give them all autonomy and let them do what they're going to do and hold them to specific key performance indicators. And if they're not hitting the key performance indicators, fine, go in and talk to them about it and tell them what needs to be done in order to hit them and give them the opportunity to get there. If they don't get there, then terminate them. If they do get there, then great. They're going to own the thing because if it goes wrong, they can't blame you because you didn't make the decisions for them. You got to let people make their own decisions. I mean, when you're acquiring a company, you need to look at how much revenue they have, how many calls are coming in, and you need to look at like what positions are going to be needed in order to fulfill that company. And you build an org chart and you design the org chart around what's going to have to happen, and then you see who you have to fill those positions. But you start with the org chart first. You don't start with the people first and try to make positions for them to fill. You start with the org chart first. You see which positions filled, and the ones that are left over, those are the ones you have to let go. Organizational chart basically is designed to show what position is needed and who reports to who within a company. I'll do a separate video on org charts, but and design and show you some designs. But it's your organizational chart should have clear indication of who reports up to whom, and which jobs each position on that chart fills.